Hey, beautiful people. This is Allison, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys a few ways to eat healthier on a tight budget. Again, in this video, I'm going to share with you guys a few simple ways to eat healthy on a tight budget. If you're new here, as I mentioned earlier, I am Allison, and on the channel, I provide holistic health and wellness self-care tips for Black women over the age of 50 to aid them in aging gracefully, living the life that they desire and deserve, and obtain optimal health. If you're new here, I need you to do me a favor before I get started. If you can hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, I would really appreciate you. So with that said, let's get started. And the few ways that you can eat healthier on a tight budget. So let's get started. And by the way, I have them broken down into three categories. The first category is smart grocery shopping. The first tip under this category is to stick to your grocery list. One thing that you can do to help you with that is to create a meal plan at the end of the week or at the beginning of the week, or just like any day that works best for you. But come up with a meal plan, and under that meal plan, you're going to come up with all of the items that you're going to need to prepare each meal. And when you go to the grocery store, you just stick to that list. Number two tip up under this category is to avoid shopping when you're hungry. When you're hungry, our eyes tends to do all the shopping for us, just like a kid in a candy store. So what you want to do before you go to the grocery store is to eat a healthy snack or a light meal before you go. You can eat a salad, or you can snack on a piece of fruit or some raw nuts. Or if you're short on time, just take those items with you. Again, some raw nuts, some carrots, or a few grapes or something of that nature. But the number two tip on the list is to avoid going grocery shopping before you avoid being hungry before you go grocery shopping. Number three, you want to buy whole food. And what I mean by that, those are your legumes, your beans, your grains. So the number three tip up under this category is to purchase whole foods. Number four tip up under this category is to embrace store brands. Store brand products and products tend to be cheaper than the name brand. So say, for example, if you're purchasing some beans or some legumes, so instead of purchasing the name brand, check and see if that store has a store brand and do your comparison. Look at the ingredients, and you'll be surprised that the ingredients or the nutrition value is pretty much the same. The name brand versus the store brand. So try to purchase the store brand over the name brand item. And the final tip up under smart grocery shopping tips is to embrace buying in bulk. So if you're buying beans and legumes and grain, consider buying, instead of a small 1 pound bag, consider maybe buying like a bag that has maybe like 2 pounds in it, or 3 pounds or whatever. And that's one way of maybe saving money, is to purchase your items in bulk. And what I mean by that, not the processed food, but you want to purchase like your legumes and your beans and your grains, all of the healthy foods. You want to buy those in bulk, buy a larger quantity instead of just a small pack. Okay, the second category is inexpensive alternatives. And under this category, I have 4 tips. The first one is to choose frozen over fresh. Frozen fruits and vegetables are cheaper and then they have as much nutrients in them as the fresh um, vegetables and fruits sometimes. Number 2 is to incorporate more plant-based protein into your diet. So if you're a meat eater, or if you're still eating fish, maybe take a day where you have like a no meat day. And you can, instead of using the meat, you can get your proteins from beans, legumes. So just switch it out. So instead of eating meat, you can cut back on eating so much of animal products, but you do need your protein. You can substitute that with legumes and beans. Number 3, the third tip up under inexpensive alternatives is to buy seasonal produce. So seasonal items tend to be fresher and they're definitely cheaper. So I wouldn't buy strawberries in the winter month. However, you can probably go into a grocery store or a farmer's market and see that they have strawberries and different berries available during the cold winter months. But if you live in an area where it gets cold, in the northern area or some southeastern states where it gets cold, then 9 times out of 10, well, really 10 times out of 10, those items have been shipped from God knows where, or probably out of the country or several states over, and they're a lot more expensive. So, but you like strawberries, you like berries, you can get the frozen version during the winter months instead of the buying them fresh during the winter months. So the fourth item on my list, fourth tip up under this category under inexpensive alternatives, is to limit your processed snacks. You want to make your own snacks, and you can maybe popcorn, maybe air pop some popcorn, or carrots if it's in season, maybe some grapes, some raw nuts like almonds, some pumpkin seeds. But you want to make your own snacks instead of purchasing processed snacks like cakes and donuts and candy. You want to make your own snacks. Not only is they're cheaper, but then they're also healthier. And my final category is at home tips. These are some things that you can do at home. You can meal prep. As I said earlier at the beginning, when you're planning out your meals, you can meal prep. You can cook your meals into batches, and you can freeze them. So say for example you buy a bag of beans, dry beans, and you cook those dry beans. You can freeze half of them. Just make sure that you put a date on them. You can eat some now and then save some for later. So cook in batches. You can plan as I mentioned earlier, plan your meals for the week. Take a Saturday or Sunday or one day during the week, and you can plan the meals out, and you can cook in batches, and you can have your meals or your dinner or your breakfast or your lunch. You can have it done and ready for the week, and it not only is it healthier to do this, but it also saves you time and headache instead of having to think of a meal each day. Is to meal prep and cook your meals in batches. Number 2 is think of some creative ways to use your or reinvent your leftovers. So I use those beans for example. So say you've cooked a batch of beans or a pound of beans, and those beans, some black beans, and you've eaten them as a side. You can then take those black beans, so say the half that you frozen, and you can make it into, say, some chili. You can add just some chopped up carrots, some onions, some red peppers, little, if you want to have a little kick to it, some jalapeno peppers. You can also add like some frozen corn, and there you have it. You have like another meal out of those black beans that was a side dish, but now it's the main dish. So you can reinvent a lot of different items, especially beans. If like chickpeas, there's tons of meals that you can make out of chickpeas. They could be eaten on the side, or you can add some other different vegetables to them and make like a really delicious, say, curry and chickpeas. There's just tons of things you can Google or go on Pinterest and find some creative, healthy meals with like different types of beans. And the third tip under my at-home tip is to grow your own herbs. And you really don't have to start from scratch with seeds. You can go to a plant nursery and just get a herb plant that they've already started, and just come home and place it into some soil. And you know, another thing with herbs, you can grow them from your kitchen, so you don't need anything fancy. You don't have to have a garden outside. You can grow your own herbs at home, and this really does help you save save money, especially if you use herbs a lot into your dishes. Why not consider having your own herb garden at home? And the final tip under my at home tips are limit your dining out. I'm certain you are aware that you can save money by just eating at home, or save dining out as a special occasion, or if you eat out a lot, so say 4 times a week, cut it back to 3 times a week, or maybe 1 time a week. And if you decide to do that, plan out your meals as I mentioned earlier. So instead of eating out 4 times a week, you can say, you know what, I'm going to eat out only 3 times a week, and on the day that I eat from home, this is what I'm going to do. So if you plan it out, you can plan a healthier meal. This saves you money, and then it's also a much, and who knows, you might even lose some weight, lose a few pounds by eating at home. So that concludes my list of just some few practical, easy ways that you can save some money and eat healthier on a tight budget. I hope you enjoyed this video. And in the comment section, please share with me some things that you're doing right now. The economy is not doing well. We are paying so much more money for just items that were inexpensive just a few months ago. So in the comment section, let me know ways that you're eating, that you can eat healthier and save money at the same time. Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.